context of that friendship happened in a comedy club in New York City. John being 10 years my senior, I was 17. The first time I saw Jon Stewart, right before he walked in the door, I heard two waitresses at the club talking about how handsome he was. And then they go, oh my God, there he goes. And I looked over and I said, he's all right.
So what happened was at night, I would go to the Comedy Cellar and they'd put me on as the last guy every night.
There's 6 billion people in the world. You can't make 6 billion anything without some of them being very up. Open up a bag of potato chips.
John is a miracle to watch you work. You are a cure to what ails our culture. You are a voice that people consistently trust. I wish that you'd run for president. But I imagine that would be hard for a Coke guy to do.
When John finally decided to resume the show, his first night back, he delivered a commentary. Speaking from the heart, he took on the immensely difficult job of finding some context, some hope in the wake of such a devastating tragedy.
Any fool can destroy. But to see these guys, these firefighters, these policemen, and people from all over the country, literally with buckets, rebuilding, that's extraordinary.
In that moment, he encapsulated, at least to me, why the show existed and what sets him apart. He strives to make sense out of the insane and to find joy within darkness. John, your intellect, sense of humor, and fearlessness are an inspiration to me. I thank you for that. We thank you for that. Congratulations, Bulldog!
But that is why he's the perfect person to publicly worry about the future of our democracy, why so many people think he should run for president. And I get it. Yeah, he's got a lot in common with Bill Clinton. A keen intelligence, the veganism, the rapid aging, and those early days of The Daily Show were a special time that really had nothing to do with the success of the show. No one was really watching. It was all about the fun we had with each other and about how much we cared about getting the jokes right every day. And that spirit of adventure, that feeling that we were a band of happy pirates, that all started from the top with our fearless and ridiculous leader. And the show really came into its own in the 2000 election. I remember the night that Al Gore conceded after 32 days of indecision and legal wrangling. We finally got to perform all these pieces we'd been sitting on for a month. And it was a really great night. And I remember I was sitting at the desk with John, and as we went into the last commercial break, I turned to him, and I don't know if you remember this, John, but this is true. Under the applause, I said to you what was in my heart, what I knew to be true. I said, this is the best job on television. And as well as the show had gone that night, and it did, I know now that what I was really saying to you was the best job on television was working for you. I meant that when I said it in 2000. And 22 years later, I no longer mean that. I have a way better job now. Okay? I make a lot more money. I have a much bigger audience. People chant my name. CBS has a plane I can sometimes use. It's really nice. You can get up and get your own Diet Coke or peanuts or whatever. But I couldn't do my job. I wouldn't have my career if it wasn't for those years with John. If I hadn't seen his example of working with intention, of staying silly while giving a damn, of always doing his best to lead with clarity and treat people with respect along the way. He is the kindest, most thoughtful friend, the fastest mind, the stupidest doofus, and most passionate patriot for whom his love of country is no joke. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating the most fitting recipient of the Mark Twain Prize I could imagine, my brother, Jon Stewart.
Thank you, Stephen.